Now, there are a lot of serious issues out there, and some take more precedence than another. Some things have way more, how do you call it, traumatic effect or way more influence on the world. But there is one thing that happens on a lot of levels, usually in politics or in schools. I see so much in the youth and students at my school, but in politics, with a lot of high level people, everyday life kind of all over the place, and that's rage baiting. Now, I know the kind of technical definition for rage baiting is like online, like frustration or kind of imposing some sort of thing to get a reaction out of someone. But I'm just going to use this in terms with kind of face-to-face conversations. So you can call this look at this, a provocateur as well. So the definition of this that is online or the Merriam-Webster is a person who deliberately acts in a controversial, challenging, or disruptive manner to elicit a strong, often emotional reaction. A lot of people are trying to get that argument or action from others. Now, I think it's mainly the emotional reaction that people are trying to get. I don't know why people like the reaction. I don't know if it's just to cause chaos, disruption, or they like that because they see the intention, or they kind of get attention from it, or they see that it's a kind of showing some frustration from that person, or that person is showing frustration, or I think it's a power thing. They kind of feel like they're better, or that they're showing some sort of power over this person because they can make them frustrated or disruptive, or they can cause chaos, or that person can get a reaction out of them. And I don't like it because it has really no progress in our world. Now, I think when it comes to the student level, it's not as important. I do think it's very important to teach kids to be nice to each other, not to cause chaos and frustration. But where I see this the most is usually in like a political stance, or with people that have a lot of say and power in our countries for certain systems, and just people that have to say. It could even be people online as well, famous people, celebrities. It's all over. But it's weird because rage baiting or being a provocateur shouldn't be really a thing. Now, some people like that personal attention, like I said before, and they like the feeling of having control and power over the other. But there's got to be some underlying issue behind that. Now, I don't really know what that is or why that person does that sort of thing. It's individual. We can't really all know it. But I think when it comes to a holistic point, or everybody as a whole, we need to stop it. Now, I don't know how. I think it has to be, like I said, on a personal or individual level as well. But it's weird. Just weird. But let's go back to that kind of a political stance, or like a higher power, or people that have a lot of say. So when I watch a lot of Senate hearings, or just people talking to each other in like a house, or when I say house, I mean like House of Representatives, or people that have like a higher political stance, or we see these things on video of people going back and forth. I'm not going to say any names, but I should, because we probably see a lot of this right now. And it's almost like someone's trying to attack them. Now, I see this as being a provocateur or a rage baiter because they're trying to elicit a reaction from that other person, because they don't agree with that person. So they're trying to make them angry to better prove their point, or to have that power over them, because it has that public image of people looking at them. And they're like, oh, I just made this guy on the Democratic side say these crazy things, or this person on the Republican side just shut down and be quiet because he did not really know what to say. Now, I do think there needs to be like backlash, or people kind of having a controversial thing, like a communication back and forth. Now, I don't think that's an issue at all. But sometimes they just get angry, and they yell back and forth. This person's getting a reaction from that person. They're trying to get that reaction, and it's wrong. It's wrong. And when we go to the youth, I mean, I see it all the time in school, where kids they pick this one physical trait of some kid, or just one mistake that they've done, and they hammer into that until that kid gets over frustrated. They get this overstimulation, and they just start to attack them, or they start saying things, or they start not really being themselves. They kind of change into a different being, and it's hard to see, because usually things when you learn when young, I'm not saying everything you learn when you're young is going to progress for you or stick with you when you become an adult, but a lot of it does. And the things that you learn and the actions that you kind of gather when you were younger do stick with you. And this is one of them that I think is not useful. It's not useful for society. It doesn't progress anything. It doesn't make anybody better. I don't know. I think it's an issue, not a huge issue, but it's something that I see every single day. So tell me what you think. Do you think rage baiting is a real kind of I don't know, issue that should be eliminated, or is it an issue that's going to progress? Is it an issue that is bad? Is it the worst thing? Is it something that we should be focusing more time on? And what are some ways we can limit this? What are some ways that we can change this into something better, whether that be communication or some other format? I don't know. Like I said, this channel is just me trying to ask the whys, the questions to things that I see and other people see on a daily basis, because just like you and just like me, we're not that unique. We see it, we're trying to learn from things, and we're all just living our own lives. So leave a comment, send me a DMs, do whatever you want. This is your life. So tell me what you think. Is rage baiting all that bad? Or is it okay?